Okay, here we go. So our lesson 10.1.2, central angles, inscribed angles, and intercepted arcs. Again, before we left school to do virtual learning, we already talked about this in class. But if you were absent one of the last couple of days, you probably missed this lesson, and it's got some important stuff in it. So a central angle is just an angle where the vertex of the angle is in the center of the circle. So this one, kind of like a Pac-Man, is showing us central angle ABC, okay? And the intercepted arc is this arc here that's getting eaten up by the angle, so arc AC. And if we remember, an arc that only uses 2 letters is less than half the circle. We call that a minor arc, okay? That's what we're going to focus on our first video. Okay, the central angle with the intercepted arc, and there's going to be 2 different examples we do, and this is coming from a worksheet that you're going to have posted online, and you're going to practice on the other parts of it. So we have a circle with center O, so it's given that this is the center of the circle, and they're telling you one of the angles. And remember, if it's a central angle, that angle and the arc that it's eating, the intercepted arc, are really the same number. Okay, so if it's Pac-Man, it's the same. Or Mr. Kleinheads likes to say central is the same, central is the same, central is the same, central, same, central, same. So those are both 110. Okay, if we think about a full circle, think about this full angle in the middle. Okay, if I'm going all the way around this circle, that's going to be a total of 360 degrees. Okay, so if I go all the way around the circle, that will also be 360 degrees. Now we've also used we've already used 110 degrees, and again, that's talking about the measure of the arc from B to A. If I wanted to figure out what the rest of it was, so from A all the way around the circle to B, that's bigger than half the circle. That's a major arc, so we have to use 3 letters to name it. So arc ACB is the whole entire circle minus this other part we already figured out. Okay, so quickly, I don't even need a calculator, this arc is 250 degrees. So when we look at the questions, find the measure of arc AB, 2 letters, that's less than half. Okay, it matches up exactly with that central angle. 3 letters, ACB, really in the directions, they should have put a measure here. Not the end of the world that they didn't. ACB, okay, that's more than half. We know that that is the entire circle minus the little one. That's 250 degrees, okay? Then, number 7 on your worksheet is the same concept, but it looks a little different. It's a little bit more complicated here, but it's the same thing, okay? O is the center of this circle, okay? So central angle is the same. So without even reading these questions, I should be able to say, okay, here's 90-degree angle, okay? This Pac-Man, if I only look at this part of the mouth, is eating this arc. So this arc here, without even knowing what they're asking me, I know that that's 90 degrees, okay? Same thing over here, they're giving me this clue that this arc is 15 degrees. So if I go to the center, I would know that this is also 15 degrees. Okay? There's some other clues. Again, before I even read the question, I can just fill in what I know. Okay? A few things. If O is the center, and AC sure looks like a straight line, and if something looks like a straight line, you are allowed to assume it is. Okay? If that's a straight line, we already know that a straight line is a total of 180 degrees. We know this is 90, we know this is 15. So to find the missing pieces, we can do 180 minus 90 minus 15. Okay, that would be a 75-degree angle here. That would be a 75-degree arc out there. Okay, I can also kind of rotate my board a little bit, if I can do it. And I see another straight line. That's a diameter. If it goes through the center of the circle, it's a diameter. So again, I know that's a straight line. That has to add up to 180. I already have 90 and 75. I can find this. Some of you also might be thinking correctly, well, wait a minute. These 2 angles, two straight lines intersecting each other, those are vertical angles, okay? And you'd be right, and vertical angles are always congruent. So there's two ways that we got that this is 15, and we know it's a central angle. If this is 15, then the arc is 15. And I can just keep working my way around the circle, covering up pieces and parts. If I cover this side up, I have a straight line again. 180 minus 15 will give me my answer over here. So let's see, I can also get 165, which is also the same out here. That's 165. So let's go ahead and read the question. Let's figure out what our answers are. Find measure of arc ED. ED, two letters, it's just the short way. Okay, that's 75 degrees. Okay, this one says find the measure of angle COB. So an angle, not an arc. Start at C, go to O, go to B. C to O to B. Oh, okay, so that's the last one I did. That's 165 degrees. Measure of arc AB. That's a short arc again, or a minor arc. A to B. Oh, it's very short. It's only 15 degrees. Okay, and then this one again is talking about an angle. An angle BOE. So start at B, go to O, go to E. Okay, so I'm just looking at B to O to E. That's 15 and 90. So I've got to add that together. 15 and 90. Which is 105 degrees. Okay, so here's my recommendation when you're doing these problems. Fill in what you know. Don't even worry about the questions at first. Just start filling in and doing what you know, and then answering the question is kind of easy.